Hi! If you're going through a green card application process, then here are 5 tips for your green card application. Ready? Let's go! Tip number 1. Do not submit Form I-485 within 90 days of arrival to the US if you are a non-immigrant visa holder. Most non-immigrant visas such as B1, B2, TN, and F1 imply single intent. In other words, those visa holders are assumed to stay in the US temporarily, as opposed to having dual intent to settle in permanently as well. Otherwise, USCIS will get suspicious if they adjust their status to, for example, lawful permanent resident right after entering the US. That is why USCIS introduced the 90-day rule. The rule says that temporary visa holders who marry or apply for a green card within 90 days of arriving in the US are automatically presumed to have misrepresented their original intentions. Although you will have a chance to convince USCIS that your original intent was genuine, it is more safe to wait until 90 days have passed before applying for a green card. Tip number 2. Do not leave the US in the midst of your adjustment of status until you get a travel permit. Generally, if you have a pending Form I-485 and you leave the US without an advance parole document, you will have abandoned your application. Unless your application is underway outside the US, apply for Form I-131 for a travel document and feel free to travel outside. Tip number 3. Combo card application is free when you apply with Form I-485. Combo card combines an employment authorization document with an advance parole permission, allowing you to travel and return to the US without abandoning your green card application in progress. One of the biggest benefits is that you don't have to submit each application separately and carry 2 cards with you anymore. So why don't you submit both Form I-765 for an EAD and I-131 for a travel permit when you adjust your status in the US? Tip number 4. Your main sponsor can't meet the minimum income requirement? Look for a joint sponsor. During your marriage-based green card application, the minimum income that your sponsor provides is one of the primary requirements to get over. If you find it hard to satisfy the requirement, you should consider adding a joint sponsor. Even if the main sponsor has sufficient income and financial assets, she or he may not be able to provide such documentation to prove their income. The joint sponsor must also file a Form I-864, which is an affidavit of support, just as the main sponsor will be required to do so. Tip number 5. Report your address change to USCIS as soon as possible if your green card application is still pending. Your journey doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes you need to move and settle in a new place within a short amount of time. If your address has changed when your green card application is pending, you should report your new address to USCIS online, by phone, or mail. If you have already received a green card, you should report the change within 10 days of changing your address. And that was all for today, but remember that Lawfully can help you go through a complex immigration process as well as a green card application. Download Lawfully Case Tracker app now and track your multiple cases at your fingertips. Get it on the App Store or Google Play, create your account, add your case number, and start tracking. See ya!